Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Everybody, and welcome to another Sports
podcast.
I am Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the sports outsider, Phil Ranta.
I am outside. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. That is the premise of the show.
Instead of the instrumental theme, we should have a theme song that explains the premise of the show.
Right.
All great shows have those.
Like Clone High,
Gilligan's Island.
Cheers.
That really doesn't explain the premise.
It kind of does.
I think Dinosaurs probably had one.
No, Dinosaurs were just bum, 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 bum.
Dinosaurs in costumes. It's like the Honeymooners, but dinosaurs.
Yeah, that is.
Not
right.
Bewitched.
Beetlejuice.
I Dream a Genie. It was a graphic, an animation. They showed him landing on the moon. What is this bottle? I know, I'll open it. Against NASA protocol.
Yeah. He's supposed to index that.
Wait, is that the premise of I Dream of Jeannie? He finds a genie on the moon?
I believe so.
Why was she on the moon?
Because she's magical, Joel. She can go wherever she wants, Joel.
Why would she choose to
this
go to
guy,
the moon?
right?
Major Nelson. I'm pretty sure it's on the moon, his Apollo unit. It's like a little animated thing at the beginning. This is the least sports we've ever talked in the opening.
I know.
Well, let's do the Metallica theme song. Should we roll it?
The Metallica theme song?
Yeah, Metallica wrote a theme song. It's all a cappella. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
It's the sports podcast, yeah. They're gonna talk sports real fast, yeah. Sports podcast! Not Metallica. That was the Metallica drop.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big get-up.
I could have sworn at the end they say not Metallica, but it said Metallica on the cassette they sent.
Also,
Right.
and I feel like I'm being
cassette?
nitpicky here. Nitpicky, but didn't explain the premise
Oh,
of you
that's
being
fair
the sports
point.
outsider.
Yeah, that's true.
You're way outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one of their B-sides picks up that plot line.
Okay, folks.
They love narrative songs.
They do.
Metallica.
Big fans. Entering night, exiting
Why
light.
don't we dive right into the sports?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tecmo Bowl update, watch update.
Tecmo Bowl update, watch update. Brought to you by
Febreze. Smell the scent in your mouth.
I really don't
I
get
don't
the advertisers
understand.
with
What?
the in your mouth thing.
It's Febreze. You smell the scent in your
Well,
mouth.
I think they probably picked up in the success of the Mentos. Mentos.
Feel the rush
Yeah.
in your mouth.
And then Febreze is just trying to hitch their wagon to that.
Yeah, they wanted to
So-
smell the scent in their mouth.
The problem is when you smell the Febreze, it smells great. But if you breathe too deeply and you actually taste it, you're like, smells good, chemical.
Yeah.
That's why you don't
Yeah.
taste it. You smell it in your mouth, Joel.
Oh.
Or Joel Jordan. Oh, God, I called you Joel.
When you chastise someone, I
It
just
has
sort
to
of
be Joel.
automatically go to Joel on that. So
But this
that's
is
okay.
my segment. I'm the one
Right,
playing
yes,
Tecmo
yes.
Super Bowl. This is my first. Well, I used to play Tecmo Super Bowl as a kid.
Yeah.
It's the only sports that I ever was interested in. I picked it up again.
And this is as close as we can get to an actual sports update out of Phil. So we're very excited about that. What can you tell us about Tecmo Super Bowl this week?
I'm in week 4 right now. In the middle of playing the Rams. It's paused right now on the TV.
Oh, I can see that.
16
Currently,
to
I'm
nothing.
ahead 16-0 at the top of the second.
It's the second quarter.
Beginning of the second quarter.
Beginning of the second quarter. And I am undefeated going into week 4. I've been averaging about 60 points a game. Jerry Rice is the leading receiver in the league.
Weren't
Joe
you on-
Montana is the leading quarterback in the league. And I'm leading the league in sacks with 43.
There's no
three
there's no
games?
way to up the difficulty of the game, is there?
No, it's just one difficulty. But then when you get to the Super Bowl every year, then it's almost impossible, and then you lose, and then you have to play the entire game again.
Is that
If
really
memory
what they
serves,
do?
Pretty
if
much,
memory
yeah.
serves, the computer will basically start cheating. Like, I remember one year we tried to take my brother and I tried to take the Buccaneers and go undefeated with them. And as easy as it was, weird shit would start to happen towards the end of the games if you were beating the teams that were too good. Like, all of a sudden, you fumble every play.
Yeah.
And you're just sort of like, okay, now
Yeah.
wait a second.
And
Yeah.
they blitz all the time. Like, as soon as you go down, hut, and then you get it,
Yeah.
and immediately they jump the line and plow you over.
We're talking sports with Phil. I'm liking this.
I know, right?
Real quick though, Phil, weren't you on week 3 like last week? You're only 1 quarter into week 4. What
It was
happened?
a real busy week, y'all. I played 5 minutes in the past week. But I'm going to finish the game after the podcast tonight.
Why'd you only play 5 minutes in the past week?
Because I got a system called the Retron. The Retron 3, it lets you play Genesis, Nintendo, and Super Nintendo games all in one console. $50 on Amazon, brought to you by Retron 3. And I started playing Secret of Mana, Squaresoft role-playing game. It's kind of Squaresoft's answer to Zelda, except with RPG elements.
This is really disappointing.
Okay, so you're a young kid, right? And you get exiled from your town because you pull out the magic sword that unleashes monsters.
Okay.
And then you get a sprite on your team,
Okay,
as well as a lady who's
Phil,
madly in love
Phil,
with
Phil,
a soldier
Phil,
who then gets kidnapped
Phil.
by a witch.
Hey, Joel. Let him go. I'm really interested in this.
This is the most sports I've talked in ages, Joel.
This is not sports.
So Diluc is the name of the guy who gets kidnapped by the witch, and then you have to go on a journey to restore the 8 magic seeds. In order
how are you going to do that?
Well, you have to go from temple to temple and put the mana sword over the seeds. Right now, I'm on the 4th temple.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the fire temple. I've got to find
technically
Salamander.
Tecmo Super Bowl, kind of like an RPG.
Yeah, I guess.
You're playing the role of one Joe Montana right now.
The story elements are a little weak.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Tecmo Bowl Super Bowl update. Watch update.
Tecmo Super Bowl update. Watch update. Brought to you by
Febreze. Feel the smell in your mouth.
Ooh, that was a drop.
It
felt
went from
super
scent.
creepy.
It went from smell the scent in your mouth, feel the scent in your mouth,
Smell the scent in your mouth.
to feel the smell in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they retooled it because of your criticism.
And also with the deep sort of throaty, feel the smell in your mouth did not
That
sound
was the
inviting.
male-oriented drop. The other one was the female-oriented drop.
Okay.
I'm heartbroken,
Oh.
but not as heartbroken as someone else.
Yay!
Justin Verlander and Kate Upton are Splitsville.
Oh.
Uplander is no more.
I thought that Kate Upton was like 18 years old.
Nah, dude.
She's like 20.
Oh, okay. Cool. Carry on.
No, she's
That really sucks for Kate Upton,
I
doesn't
know,
it?
Right. She said she's single to Fox 2 Detroit on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Ouch. Why, Kate? Why?
Sounds like Justin really threw her a curveball there.
Well, I think she threw the curveball to him.
Oh, really?
Well, she said she was single on Valentine's Day
Who
to
dumps
Fox 2
JV?
Detroit.
Oh, man. This totally reminds me of Secret of Mana.
No,
When Diluc gets kidnapped by a witch. And then,
talking about Phil, baseball.
Okay.
The New York Post said that she spent New Year's Eve with Verlander on St. Thomas Island when she says she spent New Year's Eve in Florida.
Someone's
Alone.
a liar. Well, 20-year-old girls are still liars.
I don't think she's 20. I think you just picked an age.
Early
I think
20s, though, right?
I think she's in her 20s. Yes.
Okay.
And she's going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
already in the
I've
cover
seen
because
it.
I've gone through checkout lane since then, and I've seen her breasts.
It's spectacular.
Yeah, I went online and I'll be honest with you guys, the swimsuit issue, they got all the models. That's not as interesting to me. They also usually do spreads with several female athletes. And those are actually the ones I'm more interested in.
That's because Joel likes them breastless and wafer
I
thin.
don't know about breastless.
Yes, he does. Joel's into breastless and wafer thin.
Well, I think that's a little harsh. I think Joel's into mannish.
Right.
Mannish-looking
like,
women.
Like Keira
Muscles.
Knightley, not when she first premiered and not now, but
Okay,
like in that
Keira
middle
Knightley
tier when
is
she has
not
a big jaw.
mannish.
Yeah, she's got a man jaw.
That is not true.
Yeah, when she was in Pirates of the Caribbean, she was like, "Yar, look at me, man jaw." It's a little mannish.
Look, by the way, they had do you guys remember the hurdler who had that thing that went around where before a race she was like dancing around?
Yeah, I remember
all
that.
happy,
There was a
and then
meme.
she crushed all the people she was racing against. That was the sexiest 3 minutes I've ever seen in
She
my
was
entire
stretching.
life. She was like stretching, but she was like dancing. She had this big smile on her face. She was having so much fun, and then she just annihilated the competition, and my brain melted. She did a spread in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, and it was pretty hot, folks.
After you saw the spread, did you do a little spread yourself?
Yes.
There it is.
I think what we learned from this is Joel wants to be dominated.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes golfers
No.
are actually posing with their wives. I feel like that's been interesting in the swimsuit edition is they have athletes posing with their wives.
That's cool.
And golfers have inexplicably the hottest wives in all of
know,
sports.
right? How does that
Tiger
happen?
Woods has
Has no wife currently.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Well, he had the
But
little
his
blonde.
ex-wife, yeah, was really, really attractive.
Yeah.
Like
and
super hot.
Swedish, right? So she was like, Tiger Woods.
yeah. Like gorgeous in that classic way where you're just sort of like, oh wow, it's uncomfortable to be in the presence
Yeah.
or be aware that
And
someone
he
this
was
beautiful
banging
exists.
chicks that were way hit up.
Uggos!
Yeah,
Hit
right.
up, but they were also the polar opposite of his wife. You notice,
Yeah.
like his wife is like
No, I
fair
can
and
see
blonde,
that, but-
and they were all like tan, dark-haired girls
Yeah.
who were like the first porn stars.
I do not get that move on his part again because his wife was incredibly attractive.
All right, well, what do we got in the podcast today?
Oh, why are you looking at me? I don't know much about
Phil,
sports.
do we have a weird sport?
You're goddamn right we do. It's
All
going to
right.
be super weird.
All right, we're also going to talk to our new Hollywood correspondent.
Yeah, we're trying something different. We got
Well,
our
a lot of
most recent-
athletes
yeah.
are you know in the entertainment world. The
Yeah.
ESPN is the Entertainment Sports
Yeah.
Programming Network.
The ESPYs have crossed over the entertainment culture with other stuff. So we have a new guy. We haven't met him yet. but
No,
we're
no,
gonna-
that'll be fun. And
Yeah.
and we're also going to talk some Oscar Pistorius.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that'll be a really fun segment. Really looking forward to that one.
Yes,
I don't know who that
absolutely.
is. He
He's
sounds
he's
pistori-
the
hysterical.
double amputee who heroically
Oh, Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yes,
Yeah.
overcame adversity to run in the Olympics.
Are we also going to talk to somebody about this Tiger Woods playing golf with Barack Obama story?
I bet we are.
Yeah, right? Because
Indeed.
I saw their caddy was in the Comedy Podcast Network waiting room.
Oh really?
He seemed really out of sorts. I'm
Okay.
excited to talk to him.
All right.
We're going to speak to their cabbie then.
Yeah.
Caddy.
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 Barack Obama doesn't take a cab.
Probably
he
not
takes
anymore.
Car Force One.
Get off my plane.
All right, let's get this thing started, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we've got a very exciting guest. I guess he's exciting, right?
Yeah, well, no, I'm excited for all guests, Phil.
Yeah.
You're the one that
I'm
tends to be
very
antagonistic.
Judgy, very judgy. Well, this is actually he was the caddy that caddied for Barack Obama and Tiger Woods when they were playing golf this week.
Right, it was like an Us Weekly layout, I think.
Yeah, his name is Reginald P. Pennyworth. Reginald P. Pennyworth.
Gotta say it was a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, you do not sound like a Reginald
It
P.
was a
Pennyworth.
bunch of bullshit.
Whoa.
Never in my life have I been subjected to something so awful
Well,
as
I
to
can-
have to caddy for them two you-knows.
Well, I can. Okay, that's
Whoa.
okay.
I feel uncomfortable. This is awful.
Yeah, I do not. I didn't like.
No,
where
I
this
don't
went.
like their type.
Whoa,
coming
hold
to
on,
my
wait a second.
club and
Tiger
doing
Woods
that.
and Tiger Woods, Barack Obama, he's a real American, and I don't like the way this conversation.
No,
is
he's
going.
They're both real Americans.
Neither of them no real Americans, okay?
Whoa, is this a birth certificate thing? Look, he has shown the birth
they
certificate.
should go back to where they're from.
Whoa, hold
Whoa.
on, hold on. I'm gonna have
Whoa.
to ask you to leave.
Yeah, I don't appreciate this at
Get
all.
the hell out of here.
I want
because
you to
I
get me
disagree with the
burritos.
fact that President Barack Obama is overseeing an increase in expenditures and spending. Our entitlements are out of control right now. Until we get Medicare down, how are we ever going to run an effective government in the future?
I mean, that was a really eloquent point, I guess.
That's what I meant. What you think I was talking about?
Nothing,
you know,
nothing.
yeah.
And
but
Tiger
it's really-
Woods, don't even get me started on that. You know what?
Whoa! Don't say you know what in this house, in this studio. This is not a household.
That
The
cheater.
studio.
I mean,
What?
in this day and age, to be the sort of man who would cheat on a woman as fine as that Elin, whatever her name is. I mean, we need to respect our woman and show them the sort of commitment that they really truly deserve deep down. So to have to spend a whole day with a man who just was philandering about like that was just terrible. Terrible. I don't know why I even put up with it.
Well, you know, I have to be honest. At the beginning, I thought that
I was not on board.
I was uncomfortable, but now I'm pretty comfortable. Do you want?
Okay.
I mean, do you want some chocolate milk? We've got chocolate milk here.
Actually, I brought with me a Napa Valley Chardonnay. If you got like a fridge I could put it in, it's real nice. It's a 97, and it's got really some buttery undertones that you would absolutely adore.
You know, not to get the conversation off alcohol, as I enjoy talking about that, but could you give us any insight as caddying for one of the greatest golfers of all time and the leader of the free world? We totally bypassed.
I told you it was bullshit.
Okay.
I can't believe they were there walking around in my club like there was just nothing wrong with the two of them being out.
They're allowed in their
allowed in any
club.
club.
Anybody's
They
allowed
shouldn't
in
be
any club.
allowed in my club.
Whoa.
Okay, what could that mean? Not because he's a cheater, or because of the like. What could that possibly mean besides what I think it means?
Neither of them met our dress code, which is stringent.
Oh,
Barack Obama was wearing plaid pants. Plaid pants.
I thought they looked rather sharp.
yeah.
And Tiger Woods with the red shirt.
That's a classic look.
Yeah.
That's a
his
classic
red
look
shirt-
for him,
red
but
shirt
we actually
Sunday.
have a rule specifically against wearing brightly colored shirts.
I guess I could kind of see that. It can be a little
White.
bit tacky town.
Beige.
Wait,
gray,
whoa, why you gotta say
maybe a
white
charcoal.
first? Why'd you say white first, huh? I knew it! You're a racist! You're a racist! You've been being a racist this whole time, and you're just trying to backpedal now. You racist?
What sort of accusation you throwing around?
That you're a racist.
Yeah, he's pretty straightforward about
Pretty
that.
clear about it.
I'm not a racist. I was adopted by 2 African Americans at a very young age. All of my family is black.
Oh, so you really just have
I
ideological...
have very specific issues with both those people that I have laid out in a very clear way.
What do you
I
mean,
don't know that I have
those
to put up
people?
with-
Yeah, those people sounds
specifically Barack Obama and Tiger Woods,
Well, I guess
which I
that's
would
the
think
proper
would be
pronoun
clear.
for it
Yeah,
then,
yeah, it's a
I guess.
plural
From
pronoun.
the context of the conversation that we had earlier, I don't understand how there could be any. Did you two think I was a racist? Just because I got some sort of drawl? I have dual citizenship
Where's the other citizenship?
here in Liberia.
Well, okay. I think we're the racists, Jordan.
I think you are.
I think we're the ignorant ones.
Yeah. You know what? I learned something today.
I mean, technically, I am African
I
American.
said I learned something today. Get off my back, honky.
What did you just call me?
I'm sorry.
Let's
Can we just end this segment?
we really appreciate your time, Reginald P. Pennyworth.
I don't know that I appreciate your time. I am leaving.
I'm sorry.
Y'all rude.
I apologize.
We'll still validate. Clack, 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 clack.
This day in history.
Blade Runner, more like Blade Stabber, but with a gun,
Whoa, gun stab.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Oscar Pistorius, called the Blade Runner and the apartheid apparatus, shot his super hot girlfriend Reva Steinkamp 4 times and killed her.
Why?
Allegedly.
Oh, then I guess I shouldn't ask why. Why would he allegedly do that?
There was apparently they could hear neighbors heard shouting from the house. It
were in-
appears as though they were in some sort of argument, and he shot her through the door of the bathroom.
Was it like, why didn't you tell me you didn't have legs? I thought you would notice. Well, I didn't notice, and now I'm finding out? Yeah, well, now you know. What, you're not going to love me anymore? No, I'll never love you anymore. Well, I'm going to show you.
Who knows what they were arguing about?
Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go to the bathroom.
Clack, 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 clack.
And I believe he's claiming that he thought she was an intruder.
Yes, the prosecutor's version of the events. I'm sorry. His version of the events is the couple had a quiet dinner on Valentine's Day, and he watched TV with his prosthetic legs off while she did yoga. Then they turned in. During the night, he said he went outside to the balcony to get a fan without his prosthetic legs and heard noises in the bathroom. It was pitch black, and assuming a robber had gained entry, he felt horror and fear sweep through him. Feeling vulnerable without his prosthetic legs, he said, he grabbed his gun from under his bed, screamed out at the intruder, and opened fire on the through the toilet door, yelling at Steinkamp to phone the police.
Whoa, it's like a Goosebumps book.
Yeah, here's the thing.
It was only after he returned to the bedroom and saw that she was not in bed that he realized it must have been her in the toilet. Then he took her out. He broke down the bathroom door with a cricket bat and carried her downstairs.
Oh, that's kind of sad now. I feel bad about doing that little skit.
Yeah. Well, it's that's his version of events. I also,
What?
I mean, don't
You
you think
think
maybe opened fire just a little early there?
Through a bathroom door, and apparently the bathroom is 16 square feet. So now they're going after premeditated murder, and basically they're saying that you couldn't shoot into this bathroom without intent to kill.
Yeah.
Like there's no room for air if you're
Yeah.
going to shoot into this bathroom. The prosecutor's version of events is Rena Steinkamp cowered behind a locked door in a tiny bathroom, And he strapped on his prosthetic legs, grabbed his pistol, strode 7 yards to the door, and fired through it 4 times, killing her. A little more straightforward.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And
I don't want to cite Occam's razor here, but get it? Blade Runner, Occam's razor.
There we go. You did it.
Zing. Yeah.
No, the worst part is each part of the story is anytime a grisly murder, I feel like, comes out like this in a domestic dispute. Domestic dispute.
There we go.
Every subsequent detail that comes out after makes you go, eee.
Yeah. Well, I think that the worst part of this is that somebody died, Jordan. You think the worst part is that there's grisly details that come out afterwards?
Well, I was going to say.
The part that affects you is the worst part?
He showed up for court last Friday. Black Friday, as it's known in South Africa, a day where people wear black to protest rape and violence against women.
Oh.
Wait, they have a Black Friday in South Africa?
Yeah, it's the 3rd February.
Is there a lot of great sales on that day?
No, there's not.
Because
people wear black to protest violence against women. He had just killed his girlfriend.
Our Black Friday, we line up outside of Best Buy. An American Black Friday.
Yes, that's how we protest violence against women.
By causing violence to men?
No, consumerism.
By going to hang out outside of Best Buy.
We're violently supporting consumerism.
Yeah.
Nike had to pull down an ad on Pistorius' website that said, "I am a bullet in the chamber."
Oh no!
Been a pretty rough few in the last year for Nike.
Yeah,
I guess it was a while ago with Tiger Woods, but Tiger Woods, Lance Armstrong, Oscar Pistorius.
They gotta do better research with who they're giving these deals to.
I think that Nike just gives deals to everybody, don't they?
Well, some people are already snatched up by Reebok and Adidas.
Oh, those companies are still around?
Yeah, they're still around.
That's great. Good for them.
The very next day,
a
reality TV show aired that featured the now deceased Reva Steinkepp.
That doesn't seem like it's in good taste.
Hey.
Maybe you pull your reality show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's anything like American reality, like if Kim Kardashian died and the next day they showed like an episode of the Kardashians that was shot before, like that'd be disturbing because that show, not like a serious let's look back on Kim, the woman.
It's very light.
Really suck is if she got killed by a stalker who chased her down, and then it was called Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Ooh.
Grisly details. Oh no. We don't wish that on anybody.
The next day,
oh no,
steroids were found in Pistorius' home.
What? They were?
Yes, they
for
were.
real?
I hadn't heard that.
I'm doing real
jeez.
facts here. I'm not making up Kim Kardashian hypotheticals, Phil. I'm sticking to the grisly facts.
Oh, so now he's dishonored and going to prison? Well, I guess he was dishonored by killing his wife.
I do have to say, at this point, now that he has to go in front of a South African judge and said judge is about to set bail, maybe he's wishing he didn't work so hard to prove to the entire world how well he could run.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So
I'm sad now.
He's a flight risk.
It's a huge flight risk. And normally, a man with no legs, you wouldn't think.
Can metal blade legs get on a plane? I wouldn't let him on.
That's a fair point. Would they let him on the plane with those legs?
It's in the TSA picture. It's no Zippo lighters, no things,
no fireworks, or
no
bombs.
Sword strapped to your legs.
No sword strapped to your legs.
Well, I hadn't heard the steroids thing. That's.
Eee.
I would kind of like to go back and find all of the articles that people wrote about Oscar Pistorius at the time of the Olympics, because I think those would be interesting to read now. All of those, a man of astonishingly implacable character who's overcome all the odds to run in the Olympics.
Yeah. This is a sad day in history.
Okay, we're trying out something new.
We are.
We're doing a Hollywood gossip kind of segment.
I like it.
Yeah, we're trying to. I mean, we got our ratings back, and they did. We found out from the executives at Comedy Podcast Network that we wanted to branch out a little bit more.
Oh, those suits! Always telling us what to do.
So we're gonna welcome in today our new Hollywood celebrity expert, who's kept up on all of the most recent gossip for us. And he's arriving right now, actually.
Hey, guys, it's a pleasure to be here. Hey, guys, is this my microphone right here?
Yeah.
Oh,
To be honest, I have never done an entrance where I've walked in during the record. It's me, Kris Humphries.
yeah,
I'm
it
a player for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
I got the coolest logo in sports, the Brooklyn Knight.
Well, Kris, we know you, Kris.
Yeah.
You've been on the show
I've
several
met
times before.
Jordan and Joel, I've met you several times.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did not know you were
I
going to
did
be our
not
Hollywood
know you were the
correspondent.
Hollywood correspondent.
I submitted my resume.
we-
And the suits over at Comedy, those got a bunch of assholes.
yeah,
But they called me up and said, Kris Humphries, hold on, I'll do my impression of them. Kris Humphries, to be honest, we would really like you to be the Hollywood correspondent. And I said, that's good. I like Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you've kind of been involved in Hollywood.
Yes, I have been involved in Hollywood and on Hollywood, if you know what I mean. With my current and somewhat ex-wife, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that makes us a little awkward because the first story we were going to cover was Kim Kardashian and Kanye West.
Oh, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're happy together, huh?
Yeah,
That's
Kimmy.
fascinating. I actually did my research for this story. I thought it was a little bit mean that you put me on this story with my ex-separated but still wife.
Can't help
but
but agree
you know
with you.
what? I appreciate a job
Okay.
because I'm going to be in Hollywood for a long time.
Well,
Okay. So I've got the poop on Kim Kardashian and Kanye.
All right. Well, I know they just bought a house recently.
That's
Yep.
going to be the name of my segment. Is I got the poop. So I got
thanks,
the poop.
Kris. What? So they're moving in together?
Yes. So I went over to their new Bel Air mansion at 585 Crestwood Court, Los Angeles 90077. It's a 9,000 square feet Mediterranean-style home with 5 bedrooms, 3/4 acre lot, plenty of lawn. The list price was $10 million and $10.75 million. Excuse me. But they put down 30%, so the 30-year fixed rate mortgage would probably not be so bad.
That's a lot of real detail.
a lot of
I
information.
had to sort through a lot of their mail to find that out, to be honest. I had to open up a lot of illegal letters.
Maybe shouldn't say that.
It's actually
say
a
that.
felony.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a felony. I probably
okay.
shouldn't have said that into a microphone.
probably not.
But to be honest, I didn't need to look in their mail because looking at their online bank statements was very easy because I know Kim's password and I figured that Kanye's password
boy.
was just Kanye in all capital letters. So I put on my caps lock key and I typed that in, and I have to be honest, they got a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
Right,
They've got way more money than I've got.
Kanye is a wildly successful recording star.
Yeah.
Kim is pregnant.
Yes.
Kanye's baby.
Yes. It's not my baby.
Yeah. Though
Because to be honest, I got some of her urine out of the toilet and did a pregnancy test to be sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I think you're crossing some boundaries here in your first.
I broke into the mansion. I was
don't
an
know that you can
investigative
determine
journalist. To
paternity.
be honest, I care very much about doing a very good job for the Sports
Okay.
Podcast on Comedy Podcast Network.
Maybe too good.
And I got some of her urine, and I put it inside of a little pregnancy pee test, and I found out that she is indeed pregnant.
Okay, well that was actually announced.
Yeah, well, you probably didn't need to go through all
Probably
that.
didn't need to play with her pee then. To be honest, I'm not very good at knowing what ladies do in order to find out what their pregnancies are.
Here's
I
the
just
thing,
know how they get rid of
Kris,
it.
the timing of the pregnancy would maybe seem to imply that that there might have been some overlap.
To be honest, I did some Wikipedia studying too, and I found out that pregnancies only last 9 months. So it would have been very unlikely
Okay,
for
good.
me, considering that I only got one handy J the entire time me and Kim were together.
That's ridiculous.
And
Really?
That was on our wedding night.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure that it was Chloe because the hand had hair on it.
Okay,
I
Kris.
think she might have used a surrogate hand to try to make a hand baby.
Well, did you ever envision having kids with Kim?
You know, to be honest, I did. We were going to have a baby and we were going to call it Chrisum. It's a combination of Kris and Kim. Or if it was a boy, of course, it would be Kimmeth. Because that's a boy's name.
Yeah. Why Kimmeth? Because there's
Because
no ith in your name.
It sounds like Kenneth.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Now,
Well, Kris.
in terms of your current marriage, even though
Yes.
you guys separated, I mean, does she have plans to marry Kanye now?
To be honest, I do believe that she wants to marry Kanye.
Yeah.
But I think her and I are going to continue trying to work things out. Because
It really doesn't appear that way.
No, I was looking through her photo albums the other day, and there was a picture of me and her with me ripped out of it because she looked very good on that day. And I think that's a sign. She was leaving that for me for when I rooted through her photo album.
I don't know. I mean, Chris, you can open up to us. We're sort of friends at this point. How do you feel? I mean, technically current wife is pregnant with another man's child and just bought a house with him and is moving in with him. All of this after you two got married and then separated like 72 days later. Like, I imagine this is all like a little difficult for you.
Well, to be honest, Joel, I am very sad.
Okay.
To be honest, I have feelings too. Big guys can have feelings too.
Oh, we know that. We know that, Chris.
And-
And that's why we appreciate you.
And to be honest, I now have a divorce trial date on May 6th. And to be honest, she wants me to pay her attorney bills.
Wait, what? How is that possible?
Well, because I want to average more than 22 minutes a game. No, to be honest, you can't always get what you want. Because that's what Bob Dylan sings in a song.
No, it's the Stones.
And I was so sad listening to that Bob Dylan song and thinking about my divorce. The only thing that could make me happy was watching Flo in those Progressive commercials. Man, she bundles the motorcycle insurance and it confuses her. It's a very funny commercial.
All right, Chris. I think it's a great first day to have you on as our Hollywood correspondent. We look forward to many
you're
more.
Bouncing back.
Yeah.
Watch some more Progressive commercials.
I will. Flo is funny.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for having me. For you, the listeners of Sports Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend a wonderful book called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Joel saw the movie. He said that it was okay. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Again, that's audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network for your free audiobook. And now it's time for another Weird Sports! Weird Sports.
Let's do this.
What do you got for us?
This week's Weird Sport, Candlepin Bowling.
I think I know what this is.
Oh, that makes it less fun. Jordan even said so.
I think I've actually done this before.
Jordan said that it makes it less fun, and now I'm too late.
No,
I gotta
but
commit.
this is a lot of fun because if is it the bowling with the really small ball?
Yes.
Is this feather bowling?
Is it called feather?
I don't think it's called feather bowling. Let me just freaking plod through this for the next 8 minutes because you guys aren't excited.
I'm so disappointed.
I'm excited.
Okay, Candlepin bowling is a variation of bowling played primarily in the Canadian Maritime provinces, including Ontario, Quebec, and New England states of Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont. Lots of places where they enjoy syrup and bowling with tiny balls.
That's
And they also use small bowls on the alley. Yeah. I implied that the people who play this sport have tiny balls.
Oh.
All right. Well, it was developed in 1880 in Worcester, Massachusetts. Let's park our car and play some candlepin bowling in Massachusetts.
That went from Boston to Fargo real quick.
That's how I do it. I was invented by a fella named Justin White. Guy in the 1880s named Justin White. Seems like a very modern name.
I want to say two diverging paths here.
Yeah, two paths diverge in a snowy wood.
One was Naismith, who invented basketball in Massachusetts around this time.
Worcester.
One is Justin White, who around this time invented candlepin bowling.
Yeah.
Their fortunes are decidedly different.
Well, Justin White was already a success in his own right. He owned a local bowling center. And
how did he ever come up with candlepin bowling?
I'm captivated by this weird sport.
well, There's some differences. The players actually roll balls down wooden pathways, and knock down as many pins as possible. In this one,
This sounds more like a unique game than a weird sport.
No, because each player can use 3 balls per frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
So instead of 2.
That's different. Yeah. Instead of 2, they use 3 to try to knock all them pins down because the pins are skinnier, ball is tinier, not as much bouncing around. You gotta.
How many pins are there?
10 pin.
Same amount? How
10
small are
pin.
the balls?
The ball is 11.43 centimeters or 4.3 inches in diameter.
Sort of like palm sized.
Okay.
And they do not have holes.
Yep. You sort of palm it and then.
And hit the microphone like Joel just did. Ugh, Joel.
Do they have a bumper variety for the kids?
Well, this is one of my favorite parts of this. This is what really drew me to it. The pins are not cleared away in between your bowls, in between your bowls in the frame.
Why not?
They're just they block the way or you bounce them around. It's more geometry. It seems like it's more like pool. You're like, oh, there's a pin out in front, so if I hit that pin, then it can roll and knock down other pins. And
sounds like Justin White was a lazy bowling alley owner who did not want to embrace technology.
Well,
when
in
self-automated pin stacking came about.
In 1880, you probably still had armless orphan boys setting up the pins with their teeth. That's how I imagine it went down.
Well, until regulations kicked in and we couldn't even give those armless orphan boys a job.
Yeah.
No one talks about that.
Right.
The candle pins themselves are 15.75 inches tall. The reason why they picked that is because it's 400 millimeters. Nice square metric number with a ball that's 4.5 inches in diameter. Am I the only one driven insane by this? Metric measurements in pins, English measurement in balls.
And this is happening in America.
Yeah, America.
I believe in 1880 it was still America.
No, I believe back then it was the States.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Because they were just achieved independence from India.
Well, I want to.
They were cylindrical in shape, which tapers equally towards each end, therefore having no distinct top or bottom end. You can flip them around, still the same pin.
Oh, that makes them a little harder to knock over, right?
Well, they're easier in that the bottoms are tapered in, or the tops are tapered in. So
you're tapered in.
Your mom is tapered in. You shut your mouth.
Ooh. Whoa.
Things just got really angry in here.
Mama Ranta has been the target of much abuse in this podcast. I believe
She
that's
does
the
not
first
deserve
shot
it.
at Mama
Tell me
Pomaville.
something else about this sport that makes it weird, Phil.
A toppled pin bounces off the side and returns to the standing position. Still stays in play. It's not knocked over.
I don't know whether or not that's true or not for bowling.
Pretty weird. Pretty
Audible
weird.
So listen, this is the first time that this has ever happened to my knowledge. Oh, except for the stick one. The Winnie the Pooh stick one. You used to do that, didn't you?
Yeah, poo sticks.
Pooh sticks, right. Pooh sticks. I have actually done candlepin bowling.
Hey.
When my friend Mark Robbins got married, he got married in Rhode Island.
He was in a band, wasn't he?
He was in the band. He played trumpet. I used to play
Sure.
trumpet with him.
I don't know.
Yeah, I went to high school with him. He went to Michigan. He's now he's a professor of history at University of Texas Corpus Christi, or a university in Corpus Christi. Anyway, for the night before his wedding, everyone was out there and we all went candlepin bowling.
Hey.
So I've witnessed all of these things firsthand.
Was
and
it fun?
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot more. I don't really like bowling. Which is one of those things that's really difficult to explain to anyone because you say, I don't like bowling, and they go, what? Like, no, you'll do it, you'll like it. And you're sort of like, no, I've bowled before, I just don't enjoy it. This, though, like, there's more to it. Like, you bowl 3 times, you got a smaller ball, you don't have to get a strike or a spare every time, like, you almost never get either of those. It's really interesting.
And Joel is used to playing with smaller balls, so... Well, Joel, if you're such an expert, why don't I go over some jargon and see what you know?
I would not know any jargon.
Here we go. The first one is a picket fence. What is a picket fence?
It's a fence made of pickets that you'd have in your front yard.
No, in candlepin bowling.
Oh, in that case, I don't know.
It's a very rare shot, but it happens in candlepin bowling. Does not happen in regular bowling. It's when everything's knocked down except for the entire back row. The 7, 8, 9, and 10 pins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That is the picket fence. What is the backdoor strike?
When you put so much spin in the ball that it actually goes around the pins and then comes in from behind and knocks them all down?
Actually, not that far off. Jordan, you want to go for it? Backdoor strike.
Oh, that's what I did with Mama Ranta the other day.
Oh!
The backdoor strike is where Jordan's mom lays spread eagle on top of... No. The backdoor strike is a strike in which the one pin is the last to fall.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
How about the high-low jack?
That is when you come in rolling low, so that the person who's bowling doesn't necessarily pick up on the fact that you are actually going outside and jacking his car.
That's close, Jordan.
I'm disinterested.
That's very close, bordering spot on. It's when you it's a kind of split where the 1 pin, the 7 pin, and the 10 pin are standing.
Okay.
Oh, so like it's still like a triangle. So
Yeah,
you took out all the middle pins.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, see, they got lots of like cool setups on this one, right? Like cooler setup because it's
Well, in
harder to knock
bowling,
them down.
the same thing happens. Like
No,
there's clown's
there's-
teeth. There's the
like-
7-10 split.
Your clown's teeth. Your clown's teeth,
I don't know what
Jordan.
clown's teeth means.
Clown's teeth.
But then
It's
I
like
don't
when you
bowl.
got 2 and then a space and then another one. So it's like,
It's like clown's teeth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I failed you guys. I feel like I
wouldn't say
failed.
Hey, I told you. I did it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mark Robbins' wedding is one of the best like weddings I've ever been to.
He was
even
in a
though it
band,
cost
wasn't
me, he was in the band.
Well, that brings us to an end of another Weird Sports.
Citizens of Podcast Town, this brings us to the end of another sports podcast. But before we go, we'd like to give you our contact information.
You can email us at sportspodcast@gmail.com. That's sportspodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at sports3podcast. That's at sports3podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching sports podcast, your little top bar thingy. You can find us on Stitcher Radio. Download the Stitcher app today at stitcher.com. Search sports podcast. You can find us on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/comedypodnet. That's youtube.com/comedypodnet. Check out some other great Comedy Podcast Network shows while you're there. You can find us on iTunes by searching Sports3 Space Podcast. That's Sports3 Space Podcast. Please rate and review. It really helps out. Or you can find all of our back episodes at comedypodcastnetwork.com.
Oh, this is kind of sad.
What?
Chris Humphries left a picture here. It's the picture of Kim that he's been torn out of.
Oh, it's the other half.
Yeah.
You can still see Kim Kardashian's ass shadow, though.
You can. Lights off.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.